Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to an absolutely gorgeous day in Southern California. It is beautiful, and I'm so happy to be able to spend it with each and every one of you. It doesn't get any nicer. The sun is actually very warm, and all that wind that forced me to do the morning briefing yesterday in my car is gone, and it's beautiful here. However, we're going to talk offshore where that bluefin tuna was, and we have got some incredible video for you of marlin boiling everywhere down near Cabo San Lucas. Actually, over on the Pacific side, it is phenomenal. Our friend Sean Morgan shares that with us in just a moment, and you're not going to want to miss it. You'll see marlin literally swim up to the stern of the Wild and Sack, the yacht he's running, and they're boiling around, they're biting baits. You'll get to see that in just a moment. It is worth hanging on for. First of all, however, can you smash that like button? We deeply appreciate it when you do that. If you like these videos, share them with a friend. That is also deeply appreciated. And subscribe and tick the bell, and you'll be notified when we have new content. We do the morning briefing just about every morning. There's a few exceptions, but I'm here almost all the time for each and every one of you. Yesterday, we had a contest to win $25 worth of Opsin fluorocarbon. You can still go back and participate because it's on yesterday's morning briefing. A question, you have to put the answer on the comment section here on YouTube. That is where you put it. You don't send it to me or you don't put it in Facebook. You have to put it there, and I will have the answer for you tomorrow. I didn't have a chance to go through all the answers. I can tell you there's a lot of correct answers. So if you want to play, you can go back to yesterday's morning briefing, and if you've already answered the question, I'll go through them all, and then we're going to draw one winner and have that for you all. A reminder to you all that January the 6th will be at 22nd Street Landing in the morning for a kids trip. So if you have some kids you want to take fishing, please come on down. You got to just send me a text. I'll reserve a spot for you. It is absolutely free. It'll be a fun day. Then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to serve up some hot dogs and do some knot tying and just generally have a great time meeting all of you. So if you're off that day and you can join us, whether it's the morning trip on the Monte Carlo at 7:30 departure, back in at 12 noon, or you just want to come down at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and hang out with us, that would be great. All right, it is time for the morning briefing, and I'm going to take you down to San Jose del Cabo. Captain Sean Morgan. Sean is a great friend of mine. He ran boats here for many, many years. Many of you know him, and I'll tell you, he is just an exceptional fisherman. He's got a gut feel for fishing. I mean, he just has that extra sense about where they're going to bite. And he had that extra sense and ran to an entirely new area, and man, did he find the marlin. In fact, he had fish just about everywhere up boiling around. He said at one point in time he had a football field of boiling marlin up on the surface feeding on bait. It's pretty incredible, and I've got that video for you now. You can enjoy it. It is spectacular to see those fish all over the place. Really, really great stuff. So here it is.
Marlin everywhere. Just marlin galore. January 1st, 2023. Marlin extravaganza. We got one going right in the stern mark there, right? Look at all of them right here. Look at this. Oh, you're bit. Look at this. Yeah, there's a couple. Wow, this is intense. We're up to 32. So not bad for January 1st, 2023.
All right, there you have it. Just incredible sights on the Wild and Sack down there out of San Jose del Cabo. Thank you, Sean, for sharing that. He had 75-degree water, and man, there are marlin absolutely everywhere, and he was all by himself. Man, that is really great. All right, let's go south of the border and talk long range, because those San Diego-based boats are going to get back down on that bluefin tuna. It has been really spectacular fishing with a lot of 100, 250 plus pound bluefin tuna, biting the 100-pound sinker rigs have been very, very effective. Dave Maestro was down there on the Intrepid here recently. The Polaris Supreme finished up a magnificent trip. The Independence, all those guys are all over that fish down about 220 miles, and it is flat wide open. They've had their weather up. It's coming down. The rest of the week looks fantastic in that neck of the woods. So we're talking about, almost 75, 80 fish on a 5-day trip on the Polaris Supreme, and a lot of those fish in the 100 to 250 pound category. It can't get much better. What a way to start the new year with that fish biting, with that bite down there for Sean. It's incredible, and it portends really great fishing for the rest of the year. The other thing that portends great fishing is all this squid that we find along the coast. There is so much market squid on the coast, out at the islands, and that, as I have told you before, is a magnet that draws in predators like white sea bass and yellowtail and halibut and a variety of other species. Everything feeds on squid, and man, that sets us up for perhaps some good wintertime fishing, but I almost think you can take it to the bank on a spring bite. It should be absolutely fantastic, especially up there in the Channel Islands for white sea bass, and then taking a look here at Catalina and Santa Barbara Island and Clemente. We might have a real go around on sea bass this year. That could definitely play a more important role. Up and down the coast, as you know, shallow water rockfish now is closed, so many of the boats are doing maintenance, but guys that are still giving it a try are picking at the bass and sculpin. They're doing that kind of a thing here on the local boats from San Diego all the way up to the Channel Islands. Rockfish closed until about April the 1st. So if you want to get your rockfish hit in, you're going to have to go south of the border right now. And that means you can do one of two things. You can jump on board a San Diego-based boat that is heading down to Colonette. Those guys go down there and they fish the rockfish and the yellowtail. And there's been some rumors of bluefin in that neck of the woods also. Or you can go across the border and go down to Ensenada, and those guys are catching copious amounts of rockfish down around the Soledad bank off of Santo Tomas. Guys like our friends at Bluefin Sport Fishing, where my buddy Andrew Deal will be in a couple of more days, have been doing great. Arnie's Sport Fishing in Ensenada, and also my friend Diego Nuno from Costa Baja Sport Fishing. All those guys are doing quite well on the rockfish. They do have an opportunity at Yellowtail down there also, and there's been a lot of big bonita around town also, so that is a viable possibility. Tanner Bank, it was slower out there last night. Most of the boats that I talked to cited a lack of current, so that's okay. I mean, that happens from time to time. If we get the current running out there again, we surmise that bluefin's going to bite because it's still there. I know the water is 58 degrees, but man, all that squid, the squid on Tanner Bank also is that magnet that's holding that bluefin tuna there. They're just looking around saying, man, we got enough to eat here for a couple more months. Why go anywhere? So there will be boats heading out there. However, we have got weather up and down and pretty nasty through Thursday, with the forecast for the weekend looking absolutely perfecto. It's beautiful weather forecast for Tanner. So this coming weekend is going to be a really great opportunity to catch more bluefin tuna out there in that neck of the woods. Right now, we're going to have periods of the weather being perfect, but it blows up right away. And that goes through about Thursday morning, afternoon, and then just settles down beautifully for all of you. It should be gorgeous weather for the weekend, and that is really, really great. I'll tell you, talk about gorgeous and talk about being blessed. That's each and every one of us. We've got to realize that. That is for sure. And we are sending more and more goods down to Mexico, all thanks to you. Phil Capricio, headed to Cedros, has had to delay his trip because of weather, but he'll be doing that a little bit later in the month. And it actually works out pretty good for me because I'll be able to join him, I think, on that trip. Phil Capricio and all of his friends, man, I don't know how we can thank you enough for your great sacrifice in not only gathering up all those clothing and school supplies and everything, but going down there and delivering them. And I hope to be a part of that when we do that here in the very near future. All right, remember, send me a text to, my number, 657-227 6459. I better take another swig of this. 657-227-6459. If you'd like to get in our raffle, that drawing is going to be January the 19th. If you'd like to go fishing on the Monte Carlo and bring some kids this Friday morning, send me a text. And if you're going to join us at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, have a hot dog, cup of coffee, some chips, all on us, all on Friedman Adventures. All of us want to say thank you to each and every one of you for everything you do for Friedman Adventures as we move into 2023. It's going to be a great year. All right, my friends, have a great day. Have a wonderful new year. And I hope to see you this Friday. If not, I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends. Delish.